sucker detonated, everything within a 2-mile radius would have been destroyed. Sounds good to me. I'm no superhero.
You fools! Have you stopped to wonder why S.H.I.E.L.D. has plans for Ultron? Wrong. These plans are upgrades. The good guys want to capture Ultron, rewrite his programming, and turn him into a S.H.I.E.L.D. weapon. You'd be surprised what else S.H.I.E.L.D. is up to. But all I care about are these plans. Ultron wants them for the weapons upgrades. I was hoping you'd say that.
Target's down. Very well. Sure thing. Give it up for the Iceman. Woohoo! Will do. Booyah! Very well.
Watch out. There's an AIM helicopter patrolling the deck. I tried to take it out with this anti-aircraft gun, but it's just too fast. Yeah, at the other end of the deck. But you can't seriously think you're gonna take that chopper out. Affirmative.
What a game! Why not? Enjoy, you Snoopy.
Very well. Victory is mine!
sure you want to keep this up? Sorry about that.
These I like.
Who's next?
Of course.
Was that your best? Will do.
This villain is chilling.
Boy, am I glad to see you guys. I've been trying to unlock the door to the bridge, but a helicopter keeps strafing the deck. Can you give me a hand? Sounds like a plan. All I ask is that you take the helicopter out quick. I don't think I'm gonna last long out in the open. Got it. The door to the bridge is open. Thanks for the assist. I would have been Swiss cheese if you hadn't taken that helicopter out. You'll get no argument from me. I've had enough excitement for one day.
Very well. Very well.
Booyah!
I trust you're not the best at what you do.
I do so enjoy victory.
I kinda like this.
Victory! This is incredible!
That will be due to the entropy device I've developed. You will remain immobile for as long as I hold this button. Your pleas amuse me. I tell you what, let's have a contest. But instead of brawn, how about a test of brains? I I'm afraid you have no other options. Now, to keep things interesting, you'll receive an electrical shock for every incorrect answer you give. Let's begin, shall we? What force holds you to the Earth? Oh, that was a lucky guess! Who is Loki, the true son of... Oh, your answer was incorrect. Isn't that shocking? In which type of matter are atoms most tightly packed? Have you ever even read a book? What? I do hope you're finding this to be a learning experience. Which of the following animals is not learned? This is inconceivable! You're not that intelligent! The deal is off. You tricked me somehow. Guards, attack!
Guys, that was one for the books. There's no time to relax. Colonel Fury wants you back at Stark Tower immediately. Stay where you are, and I'll pick you up at the Quinjet.
You did a good job on the Omega Base team. You saved thousands of lives and billions of dollars in SHIELD equipment.
Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you.
Yes, a device known as the Mutant Amplifier. It magnifies a mutant's natural powers.
Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6.
Until we locate Doom's base, nothing. And since all we're doing is cooling our heels, I want you to investigate a report that there's a riot taking place in Atlantis.
The President is on line 5, Colonel Fury. Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting.
See Wyatt Wingfoot, and he'll take you to SHIELD's Atlantis outpost. Or if you'd like more information, talk to the Black Widow.
Johnny Storm would like you to announce that today is Ben Grimm's 65th birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Grimm. Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you. The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the Uptronics lab. Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6. Warning, a small thermonuclear device is missing, and Deadpool was last seen in the weapons lab. The President is on line 5, Colonel Fury. Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark.
We just received a message from Namorita, the cousin of Namor. Apparently, there is a riot going on in Atlantis.
Johnny Storm would like you to announce that today is Ben Grimm's 65th birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Grimm. Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you. The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the Uptronics lab.
Unknown, but for some reason, the Atlanteans have forcibly removed Namor from his throne. Yes, which means something is seriously wrong. See Wyatt when you are ready to go to SHIELD's outpost in Atlantis.
The President is on line 5, Colonel Fury. Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark. Johnny Storm would like you to announce that today is Ben Grimm's 65th birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Grimm.
We do not know. He has been a fair and just ruler for many years. The people love him.
Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you.
Perhaps. But Namor has always been kind to his people. There has to be some other explanation for this mass hysteria.
In the Uptronics lab. Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6. Warning, a small thermonuclear device is missing, and Deadpool was last seen in the weapons lab. The President is on line 5, Colonel Fury. Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark.
When Mer people and surface dwellers first met, there was quite a bit of hostility. There were even several invasion attempts.
Johnny Storm would like you to announce that today is Ben Grimm's 65th birthday. Happy birthday,
The relationship
Mr. Grimm.
between our two races is lukewarm at best. The Mer people prefer to keep us at arm's distance.
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you. The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the Uptronics lab. Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6. Warning, a small thermonuclear device is missing, and Deadpool was last seen in the weapons lab. The President is on line 5, Colonel Fury.
Once you reach our Atlantis outpost, you will be infected with a special nanotechnology. Mr. Fantastic and Dr. Pym had a hand in developing it.
Johnny Storm would like you to announce that today is Ben Grimm's 65th birthday. Happy
It will
birthday,
allow you
Mr.
to breathe
Grimm.
water with no discomfort. You will also be able to move along the bottom of the ocean, as if you were moving on dry land.
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you. The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the Uptronics lab. Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6. Warning, a small thermonuclear device is missing, and Deadpool was last seen in the weapons lab.
My apologies. I should have given it to him as soon as we arrived. Please, take this to him.
The President is on line 5, Colonel Fury.
My apologies. I should have given it to him as soon as we arrived. Please,
Bambi
take
and
this to
Miss
him.
Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark.
You are quite welcome.
Well done on the Omega mission. Will you have the same success in Atlantis?
Birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Grimm. Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you.
SHIELD's directive is to keep the world peace, to do that, we have to monitor the activities of every major civilization.
Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6.
I'm sure they wouldn't be too happy, and that's why they aren't going to find out about it.
Warning, a small thermonuclear device is missing, and Deadpool was last seen in the weapons lab. The President is on line 5, Colonel Fury. Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark. Johnny Storm would like you to announce that today is Ben Grimm's 65th birthday. Happy birthday, Mr.
We
Grimm.
realize now that Doom had no intention of commandeering the helicarrier. They attacked to draw additional security forces there.
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main
Correct.
lobby to see
The
you.
Omega and the experiments it held was their prime objective all along.
The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the Uptronics lab. Colonel Fury.
Dugan's still
Red
trying to
Ralston
sort
is
things
on line
out, but
6.
apparently the base sustained only minor damage.
Warning, a small thermonuclear device is missing, and Deadpool was last
Yes,
seen in the
they'd been
weapons
locked in a
lab.
cold storage unit on level 3. Aside from some minor cases of frostbite, everyone was fine.
The President is on line 5, Colonel Fury. Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark. Johnny Storm would like you to announce that today is Ben Grimm's 65th birthday.
You're welcome.
Happy birthday, Mr. Grimm. Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you. The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the Uptronics lab.
Thank you for the decryption module. Now I can patch directly into the SHIELD database.
Warning.
Namor is the first known hybrid of Homo sapiens and Homo mermanus, humans and merpeople. He can breathe water and air, but if he's away from water too long, he will begin to weaken.
Colonel Fury. Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark. Johnny Storm would like you to announce that today is Ben Grimm's 65th
As with
birthday.
most merpeople, he has an
Happy
inborn
birthday, Mr.
distrust of surface dwellers, and true to his belligerent nature, Namor can take his distrust to the extreme.
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you.
The Atlanteans are distant cousins to your race. Having evolved on the ocean floor, it is impossible for them to breathe air.
The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the
Because they
Uptronics
live
lab.
in the extreme conditions of the ocean, merpeople are very hardy. They are stronger than humans, can swim up to 30 miles per hour, and live to be over 150 years of age.
Warning, a small
I am glad to be of assistance.
Hi, it's good to see you. Do you need something?
Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark. Johnny Storm would like you to announce that today is Ben Grimm's 65th birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Grimm. Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you. The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the Uptronics lab.
The mutant amplifier vastly augments any mutant's natural power. So a psychic that can lift a book will become powerful enough to lift a bus. Yes, but it has some serious side effects. The amplifier causes damage to the DNA of any mutant it's used on.
The president is on line 5, Colonel Fury. Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark.
Not much. The serum's only worked on Captain America. There's something very peculiar about his physique. That, plus the doctor who originally developed it, is dead. He'd wind up with a bunch of muscle-bound beasts, just like you saw in the Omega. They're psychotic, violent, unable to take orders. Not exactly what you'd want from an army. Ah, there's no problem at all.
Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you. The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the Uptronics lab. Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6. Warning. A small thermonuclear device is missing and entering lab speed in the weapons lab.
Welcome, and good day to you. I am Edwin Jarvis, personal butler to Mr. Anthony Stark. This area is where Mr. Stark carries out the research and development of his Iron Man suit. As you can imagine, the body armor has become so complex that a staff of technicians is required. You may walk around and inspect the facilities. I believe you'll already find several of your compatriots here.
Yeah. The name's Jack Hammer. But you can call me Weasel. Everyone does. Yeah, and don't worry. I came in through the back. No one saw me. Wyatt Wingfoot gave me a damaged laptop. Said you heroes wanted to know what data was on it. Yeah, that laptop holds security information for a building called the Imperium. I can find out, but you'll have to get me the password into S.H.I.E.L.D.'s priority files. Oh, there's 3 possibilities. Jacob Fury, Baron Strucker, or Gabriel Jones. Talk to Vision. He'll be able to help.
I do hate to impose, but if you see a cufflink somewhere in Stark Tower, could you return it to me? My name is Edwin Jarvis, and I'm Mr. Anthony Stark's butler, as well as the butler for the Avengers. You could say it runs in my blood. My mother and father worked for Mr. Stark's parents. It is a dream of Mr. Stark's that was 4 years in the making. The top 3 floors are his living quarters. The rest of the building houses his business interests. No, not any longer. Mr. Stark recently had a change of heart concerning that particular field of industry. This is primarily where new Iron Man suits are built for Mr. Stark. Oh, indeed he does. But as his designs have grown more and more complex, he has required assistance in manufacturing them. It was my pleasure.
I know seeing the Super Soldier Project has raised some concerns about S.H.I.E.L.D., but let's get all the facts before we cause any trouble. I think S.H.I.E.L.D. has a lot to deal with, and sometimes it makes mistakes. But historically, it's done a great job of keeping the peace. I saw they were testing out a new version of the Super Soldier Serum, the same type of drug that gave me my strength and agility. Yes. During World War II, I volunteered for Operation Rebirth. It was a program for creating physically superior soldiers. I exceeded their expectations. Unfortunately, Dr. Erskine, the man who developed the drugs, was killed, and no one's been able to recreate his work. I have to admit, things sound kind of suspicious. Like, why was she carrying that laptop during the attack on the helicarrier? No. I'd need a lot more evidence before I'd say something like that about the Black Widow. Anytime, friend.
I must admit, I find news of a S.H.I.E.L.D. outpost near Atlantis very intriguing. Now I know the extent S.H.I.E.L.D. is willing to go to gather information on countries with closed borders. Indeed, it does. And now I wonder if perhaps S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't have an outpost hidden there. We have the largest deposit of vibranium in the world. To open our borders would be an invitation to those who would conquer us. Over the centuries, fools have tried. But the Black Panther is always there to stop them. Indeed I am. Victor Von Doom has created a sizable army of supervillains. I don't know, but Doom must have a truly grand scheme to risk attacks on the helicarrier and the Omega base. You are quite welcome.
Has Tony Stark got it made or what? He's rich, he's a genius, and to top it all off, he's got the perfect mustache. Gee, I can't see why. Dr. Doom's in control of an army of supervillains, and the Black Widow is working for him. Are you off your meds? The only thing that would make this worse is if the Earth were destroyed to make way for an intergalactic highway. Of course she is. Hey, I've been at this superhero game long enough to know that the hot chicks always turn evil. Probably because evil pays better. If one of Nick's little S.H.I.E.L.D. agents is turned to the dark side, then Nicky'll have to figure it out for himself. No, it isn't. If you finish that sentence, I'm gonna put so much web in your hair, you'll have to shave your head. Sure. Have you seen the view from this place? It's fantastic! All I can see is the back of a pizzeria from where I live. Sure.
Stark Towers of beauty, isn't she? I consider her one of my greatest achievements. No problem. Our little task force needed a base, so it seemed like the thing to do. I wasn't worried about the cost. That is, until S.H.I.E.L.D. and I had our little disagreement. More like they had trouble with me. I wanted out of the weapons business. I can't tell you how many breach of contract suits they filed. That was just the beginning. Suddenly I had trouble getting building permits, filing patents. Don't get me started on how my taxes changed. I'm not sure exactly. One morning I realized I needed to do more than just amass wealth. I wanted to help people, and weapons aren't that helpful. You really don't need that many billions to get by. No, my life's taking a new course. I want to be remembered for helping lives, not destroying them. Anytime, my friend. Anytime at all. Well, fancy meeting you here. Anytime.
The Black Widow is up to something, I just know it. Did you see how nervous she was on the helicarrier? Sure looks like it. She must have been trying to get that carrier battle. Yes. That laptop shows all security systems for the building. And from the looks of those systems, the Imperium must hold something valuable. Not yet. She's his second in command. We're going to need some pretty strong evidence to shake Fury's faith in her. Yes. Colonel Fury's trust doesn't come easily. And once given, it's nearly impossible to break. Okay, so Daredevil and I were close several years back. And the Black Widow and Daredevil were close not so long ago. No, I'm not. I'm long over Daredevil. If he can find happiness with the Black Widow, I wish them both the best. You're welcome.
Good day. How can I be of assistance? It was my pleasure.
Hey, how's it going? It definitely belongs to the Black Widow. It's got her fingerprints all over it. For most techs, it would have been a lost cause, but for me, I managed to drag up a few tidbits of information. It mostly dealt with a building called the Imperium. I don't know, but that laptop had the layout of the building and all kinds of information about the security. I can, but you need to get me Fury's password into S.H.I.E.L.D.'s priority files. I bet I'll find everything you want to know. My sources tell me it's one of 3 possibilities. Jacob Fury, Baron Strucker, or Gabriel Jones. That's what I need you to find out. Talk to Vision. He'll be able to help. Sure. Anytime.
I've heard people complaining about S.H.I.E.L.D. since we got back from the Omega. I'm telling you, it's gotta stop. I trust Nick Fury. He's pulled my fat out of the fire more times than I can remember. Look, Fury does what he has to keep the world safe. He ain't always got the luxury of playing by the rules. I've known her for a while. She's always been good in a fight. And Fury trusts her. Unless that meathead Weasel comes up with better evidence, I ain't believing nothing against the Black Widow. Of course I am. He's been loyal to me. After all the trouble I had with the Hand recently, I owe Fury my life 12 times over. Let's just say that evil bunch of psychos got hold of me and turned me into their assassin. It caused a lot of people a lot of pain. But Fury helped me out, kept me alive, and I'll never forget that. Sure thing, bub. Hey, bub, what's up? Sure Yeah? You need something else? Sure
If you insist.
Yes.
Why not?
Sure thing.
Affirmative.
Of course.
Mr. Stark, there's
Will do.
a Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you. The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the electronics lab. Colonel Fury, Red Rome is on line 6.
Welcome, my friend. Do you require information? I know it's a name Colonel Fury would just as soon forget. Jacob Fury was so jealous of his older brother's success that he turned to a life of crime. Yes, and to make matters worse, the Colonel was forced to kill Jacob. So you can see why Colonel Fury does not care to dwell on that name. I would suggest you talk to the Black Widow about that name.
Miss Sandy and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main
I
lobby,
am
Mr.
glad to
Stark.
be of assistance.
Hi, it's good to see you. Ah.
Johnny Storm would like you to announce that today is Ben Grimm's 65th birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Grimm. Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you.
Greetings. Welcome back.
Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you.
I would not say that name too loud. He is a leader of Hydra, and a longtime nemesis of Colonel Fury. You should ask Colonel Fury about Mr. Jones. You are quite welcome.
Well done on the Omega mission. Will you have the same success in Atlantis? Gabe? Heck yes. He's a great guy. Back in the day, he was one of my Howling Commandos. He still is. Gabe's one of my top advisors. He saved me from making serious mistakes more times than I care to remember. You're welcome.
Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks. When you get back from Atlantis, I'll have all the information you need. Sure. Anytime.
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you.
Could I ask a big favor of you? Would you ask Dr. Pym if he could take a look at the Quinjet's data feed to Stark Tower? It cuts out every once in a while.
Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6. Warning, a small thermonuclear device is missing, and Deadpool was
Are you
last
kidding?
seen in the weapons
Mr.
lab.
Stark built this jet as tough as they come. No problem. She's completely submersible.
Preston is on line 5, Colonel Fury.
Anytime at all, friend.
Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark. Johnny Storm would like you to announce that today is Ben Grimm's 65th birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Grimm.
Hi, it's good to see you. Do you need something? Ah, that's right. The Quinjet's comm line to the Stark Tower was cutting out. I'll take care of that right away. Ah, there's no problem at all.
Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you. The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the Uptronics lab.
Hi. It's good to see you.
Listen up, people. We've been sent here to investigate a situation in Atlantis.
What kind of situation we talking about here, Cap?
An hour ago, Namorita sent a message saying a riot's taking place. A crowd broke into the throne room of Atlantis and dragged Namor off his throne.
Why would the Atlanteans riot? They love Namor.
I don't know. Namorita had to stop transmitting before she could give any details.
How are we to handle a mission in the undersea conditions of Atlantis?
There's nanotechnology at this outpost that will let us breathe and move normally through the water. I want to remind you, the Atlanteans aren't exactly big fans of us surface dwellers.
What if they become violent?
Defend yourselves. We have to help Namor any way we can. He's a valuable ally. That's it. Let's be careful out there.
Show no pity!
Good. Locate the nanochamber and activate it. Once the nanites are in your bloodstream, you're free to enter the water.
Dwellers seek to invade our home. Yes, Namor is a friend of the surface dwellers, and for that, he had to pay. Now, you will too.
Namor, you okay? You're not looking so good.
Be gone, X-Men. I do not require your aid. My people need me. I must save them.
I hate to say it, but you look like the one who needs saving.
Namor, you have to rest. Here, take this medicine. Don't worry, Iceman. The drugs only rendered him unconscious. True, but right now you must go to the Temple of Negretti. There you'll find plants that will help me heal Namor.
That'd be cool. Have you got any idea what's going on around here, though? Why is everybody so loco?
My people are being brainwashed by devices called sonic emitters. With them, Attuma was able to take the throne of Atlantis.
Well, don't let a frown wrinkle that pretty face, Namorita. We'll take care of the sonic emitters and get rid of Attuma. Yeah, sure.
Hi, is there something I can do for you? It all happened so fast. 1 minute I was in the throne room with Namor. The next thing I knew, a throng of angry Atlanteans burst in and carried him off. No, I think he was afraid of injuring his people. Yes, I'm sure it was Atuma's idea. Only he would want to humiliate Namor like that. Probably for the same reason you're not. Because of the human portion of our genetics. To be precise, I'm the clone of a hybrid. He's a barbarian who believes he's destined to become the ruler of Atlantis. Oh yes, but Atuma's always failed. The only success he's had is when he helped kill Namor's bride, a long time ago. No problem.